prefer to have as the flag bearer against this regime where everybody is saying must go.
Yes.
Now, sometimes I wonder on a different dimension that we think the voter is so inadequate and so incapacitated that they cannot make that decision independently. That the voter has not suffered enough, because the people who are saying must go, one term, Zakayo Ashuke, Tawe, all these many movements we've had, which are about 9, is the voter. The assumption is that people have suffered enough to make a sound decision this time around. Are you convinced?
They've suffered enough to make
a sound decision this time around without depending on this so-called, it keeps changing formation. It was United Opposition, it was the alternative government, it was the coalition of the deputies, without depending on any political legacy politician to sit around in a boardroom and say, this is the person we want. Turn the people out of their own volition, out of the pain points that we are going through today as Kenyans. Just snap to the reality that the vote you hold as an individual is what collectively with mine and Dennis and everybody else will determine the next 5 years of our lives.
The people already demonstrated that in 2024.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
Before 2024, majority of Kenyans didn't even know what finance bill was. All right? And they didn't even use the vote. Yeah? They just went to the streets.
Yes.
Yep.
And at first, I'm sure the establishment believed that nothing would come out of this. They believe that the Mwananchi are so incapacitated to be able to make a decision as powerful as this. And look at what they achieved. The finance bill had to be sent back.
Yep.
You see? So it started in 2024. And it's not even the older folk who did it.
Right.
It's our young guys who went and did that. So we are in a totally different political era. The era of all these things that you've mentioned, Ilisha 2024. Now it is totally different. The people are going to decide. You call it friendly match. It is not that friendly. Because in battle they also say friendly fire also kills.
Yeah, true.
Okay? So it's not so friendly because whatever the people will decide will be. Yeah? I know we've faced some very huge resistance from the legacy politicians, simply because, it's understandable. Yeah, change is very difficult to accommodate as it comes. Yeah, so it is understandable because they are hell bent on still locking themselves in a pantry. Yeah, to decide on who is going to be the president for us. I don't know why they've not learned from 2024, but that is not what's going to happen. And if you force it, you run the risk of your candidate being rejected by the people. Now, this is the question I asked them. If you trust the very people to make that decision on the voting day in 2027, why don't you trust the same people to advise you on this is actually the way you should go? Because you'll depend on them on their vote in the election day. So it behooves them to just involve the Kenyan people, public participation, as you had said, in the process of selecting the flag bearer.
I think let's take a short commercial.